Good evening, everyone. Today, we'll be installing ReactOS 0.49 Alpha on 3 computers. I've already got my disk prepared, and unfortunately, I don't have one of the machines I'm using, or none of the machines are prepared ahead of time. So, we'll get that started. I've pulled a sacrificial hard drive from the Classmate laptop, which we will be sticking inside this HP to, well, install on it and boot up into the Classmate. So, this being a ultra slim form factor, just unscrew completely first, and then we have access to the guts. Unplug the DVD drive, move the catch. Now we have access to the hard drive. Not going to bother to... Oh wait. Gotta remove all the screws, don't I? Or maybe not. Well, actually, I will. So what I am rambling on about currently is removing screws from the hard drive. Since I do not feel like installing Linux for a third time this week on this machine. The drive that is coming out is original to the machine. This is a 160 gig hard drive made by Hitachi. Now it is a 2.5-inch laptop form factor, which is actually quite nice for this project because it can be quickly replaced. Well, as long as screws aren't over-torqued. But we will be replacing it temporarily with a 160 gig Toshiba drive. Alright, screws are out. Put that over there. And we shall begin reinstalling screws. That doesn't work out. Can't leave the screws meant to secure the drive into the caddy for the netbook in place, it seems. Because I'd left those screws in because I didn't want to lose them. However, ultimately it seems now that I probably will. I'll just put them on the touchpad of that laptop over there. It'll be great. There's the third. And there's a fourth. Also, I don't know if anybody will watch this in the future, but on some of my hard drives, especially the small form factor ones, there's these 4 pins right next to the SATA ports. I don't know what they do, and I am curious to find out. If anybody happens to know. Alright. We dropped our first screw tonight. Now, an interesting thing about the machine in front of me, it takes laptop RAM, but it has a desktop processor, which is a Core 2 Duo E8400. It's actually not a bad CPU. A little outdated, but still useful. Alright, we've got the hard drive installed, and yes, I am currently streaming from my phone. Let's make sure this is in Do Not Disturb, so you guys will not be bothered by vibration and my notification ringtone. So we slide the drive back in, plug the slimline connector back in, and we'll put the lid back on. Alright, now I brought a PS2 keyboard and mouse specific for this occasion, but right now we will be hooking the computer up to a monitor in front of me. Let's get myself more cable. There goes my desk. Alright. Now, apologies if the microphone quality is not that great. Rumor has it the microphone on my OnePlus One is not the greatest. Alright. mouse over. Move that mouse. Let's plug in DisplayPort and power. And let's boot her up. F1. And just as proof that there's a system already installed, we have Fedora 26 and Windows 7, which we will be wiping. Just to make sure there's nothing I need on here. I don't have a wireless card. Why is it trying to find card? Okay. Oh no. I think it wants to install updates. Oh no, it doesn't. Crap, I realize this has 7, or the hard drive has 7 professional on it. 32-bit. Meanwhile, I might want to download ProDuKey so I don't lose my thing. Let's open that with Arc. Let's extract that to 8 gig media. Extract. Done. The problem is I didn't check to make sure I had nothing on the hard drive before starting this. Yeah, XFCE's crapping out again. Oh well. File Manager. Some minor things. Looks like we're good. Now, unfortunately, I have to hold the power button to shut off Linux because, well, I screwed that up. Wow, so much for that. Surprised Windows actually, realized I had a higher display resolution. But turns out no product key found. Oh well. Let's turn the lights back on. Alright, now we're getting into the boot menu. Enter. Turn off the lights again. Just make sure the stream is working. Good. Alright. Enter. 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 Phase of the display at 800 by 600. Oh. Actually, I will want to... I forget right offhand the resolution of this. $1,600 by $1,200. Okay, so I was correct. I remembered correctly. Let's do a 32-bit color def. Okay. Let's delete everything. Enter. D. 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 There we go. Enter. 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 It's a lot of pressing enter. Focus, you. Come on. Focus. Yes. Enter. Move drive from disk. We'll just leave the tray open. Enter. Ooh, that's new. I've not used ReactOS since like 4.4. It's been a long time. Definitely looking very promising already. For the hell of it, let's put my name in. Administrator password that is 127 characters or less. Well, administrator. Because I don't... Oh. Actually beeps using the system speaker. And I'm not using a normal password I would use. Because I know that people can listen to my passwords. There we go. Live in Eastern Time. Theme. I like that. Yeah, we'll go with typical work group. Setup is definitely a lot more refined than how I remember it being. Alright. Wow. Can't believe I didn't need the disc a second time. Read me, read. Okay, I know the scroll wheel on my mouse works. And it should work. Okay, let's run solitaire to demonstrate that works. Oh man, drawing 3. I don't like that. Let's see. Draw 1. Okay. Okay, I think you guys get the point. Likes to beep using the PC speaker. So, let's shut it down. Install the original hard drive. And boot up into the netbook. Now, some of you may argue that it's not a full-on demo or test of it, but just supposed to prove that it boots on the hardware. Alright. To be honest, that installation was not bad at all. It's quick, painless, and opening up the machine, the RAM is definitely warm. So is the one shipped by the CMOS battery that I don't know quite what it is. Right. Let's install or reinstall the original hard drive. Also, these warranties void if seal broken stickers, or warranty void if removed or tampered with, those are illegal. Or at least in the United States. Companies still use them for whatever reason, though. Okay, I did not Gorilla tighten that screw. Let's find... There's a heftier screwdriver. Yeah, I'm using these Harbor Freight special ones. Actually helps if you put the blade of the screwdriver on correctly. Makes all the difference when trying to remove the screw. Oh, little death bunny. Little baby one right there. And should anybody want me to do more advanced testing, we'll be more than happy to. And... Yeah, that definitely explains why there's caddy. It's a pain to remove and put in. Huh. I'm using way too much torque on that one screw. Or perhaps the first one was a fluke. It just went in really easily. But the other one in front didn't. I will go ahead and probably end up making a cut down version of this, just so that you don't get to see all these waste minutes of screwing. Alright, hard drive installed. Let's put the disk drive in, connect the SATA up. Shit. Come on, get in there. You know you wanna. There we go. Right, now we will actually put the cover on. Oh shoot. I made a mistake during setup. I hit 1600 by 1200, which is modest resolution, but definitely far from the resolution of two other machines. My ThinkPad has a 1024 by 768 screen, whereas the netbook has a 1024 by 600 resolution, which is fairly odd if you ask me. Alright, I can put my big flat head back. Clear these away. Grab the battery and the netbook. Oops. So now, servicing these laptops, or the Classmate E11, it's actually fairly easy. You move some tabs under the battery to pop up the keyboard. The keyboard just comes up like that. Now, I left it disconnected from earlier. Slide this plate to the left, and you have instant access to the wireless card, or RAM, wireless card, and hard drive caddy. It has this for connection, two rubber bumper things, I guess. And under the palm rest, there's an additional slot for your 3G modem or WiMAX card. I've got daughter board over here. The CPU itself is actually passively cooled. It's right here. It relies on an intake over here, sucking like that, or kind of like that. It's not a very good thermal design. And I've actually had experiences where this laptop has overheated and thermal shutdown, both in Windows and Linux. Although Linux, it shuts down at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Windows, it just hard stops. At least Linux makes an effort to shut down properly, which you have to give it credit for. Oh, yeah. Need to install the bumpers first. So they just go on like so, for they are adhesive, or have adhesive parts. I guess it's supposed to help with shock absorption. Yeah, it doesn't quite seem to help too much, in my opinion. Although it does have an active hard drive monitoring system where it will shut down the hard drive as if it would, or if it were dropped, just like the ThinkPad. It's actually pretty nice in that regard. The laptop does come standard with a webcam, which I have removed because it's potato quality, and Skype is no longer supported on this machine, so it's not like I would use it for the, I believe Windows 7 was actually dropped from support, and 32-bit or 32-bit Linux definitely has been dropped for a while now. Now, an interesting thing about the Classmate series laptops, they're actually made for education. Of course, I put the caddy in, or on the drive improperly. This, SATA connector daughter board has to go on first. Come on, there you go. And if anybody should want to see an SSD installed in this, well, send me money, because I do not have any saved up for buying SSDs. I'm currently trying to save up to buy a nice new laptop, because my 2015 Asus that you cannot see right now is kind of aging. I mean, it's still perfectly powerful, it's just underpowered. Well, maybe not underpowered, just improperly cooled. And as you could see a moment ago, I was messing quite a bit with this. It's one thing I really hate about it. There's not quite much feedback to let you know when you've put on. And overall, I do not recommend this laptop. Why? It may be from 2011, this one I'm working on right now, but the Intel Atom processor, and it just really sucks. Screen resolution is awful. Oh, I didn't put the hard drive caddy in, or screw it in at all. That'll be fun. That's okay, I'll be removing it again. Alright, battery goes in with a nice resounding click, and then we'll power on. Interestingly, there's a power light in the power button, but I have Sharpied over it because I think it's annoying and overly redundant and way too bright. Actually, let's... make sure the... Okay. Make sure I made sure the hard drive is installed like it should. See if it'll boot it, or if it just hangs. There we go. Now this unit is equipped with a single gig of RAM, whereas the HP has 2 gigs. Both of these have integrated graphics, but the one in the HP are actually far superior. This machine came with Windows XP. The HP actually came with Vista. And this ThinkPad came with XP with the ability to upgrade to Vista, listed as Vista compatible. Alright, let's try this again. Control delete will not work, so let's hold the power. Power on again. Oh, somebody's home. tends to do that sometimes. It's very annoying. Let's dim the lights. Okay. Power on again. Okay. Alright. Let's go into the F8 menu. Let's do safe mode. Okay. I don't think that's good. This is P-die. Okay, you may notice some lights blink. Red currently is battery, blue next to it is power. There's a Wi-Fi indicator, hard drive, numlock, and caps. F8. Safe mode. Okay. Okay. We are still not happy. Well, that sucks. So, looks like ReactOS is a no-go on this machine. Crap. Alright, so now we'll power down. We'll stick the hard drive into the ThinkPad. So as I said earlier, servicing this machine is super easy. Just flip up the tabs. Sometimes you don't. Okay. Keyboard command suicide. We'll remove it from its caddy, and we'll try it in the ThinkPad. And I did go ahead and, earlier in the stream, I had installed it using a HP machine, and it had successfully booted. Now, the HP machine was a desktop, so that might partially be why this works. I'm only on the desktop so far. We will not reinstall those, but let's move on to the ThinkPad. Again, I have my email address listed where I will be filming. That's great. I actually think I like Lenovo's solution to the drive bumpers. They're not adhesive, they just stick on. Ooh, 160 gigs, 7,200 RPM. That's not bad. Although it does look like we are missing one of the 4 screws used to secure the drive. Actually, you know what? I don't quite feel like removing it from its caddy. Well, I can grab the El Cheapo electrical tape from Harbor Freight. Use my knife to cut some of it. And we'll just make our own handle. And that way, it goes like that. Alright. I find it odd how the hard drive gets installed upside down. I didn't think they were supposed to be used upside down. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Sure. Now this machine also has a Core 2 Duo. This one has 3 gigs of RAM. Okay. Maybe the installation only worked on the HP. Now, I don't think the hard drive would be bad. This laptop, or the laptop that it came from, did not see a ton of use. So it looks like we dropped out of 32-bit color depth. That sucks. Now, I have no way of testing if the trackpad works with ReactOS. I do not have it, or rather, the cable that is connecting it to the motherboard is broken. So the touchpad doesn't work at all on this. Again, with the drivers. Alright, now as we did earlier, let's mess around briefly with Solitaire. Now one thing I can say is the track point is extremely slow. So let's play with that. Still too slow. Let's move it all the way. Okay, that's very disappointing. That's at full speed, and it's still not that fast, to be honest. However, as you can see, it clearly works. Now, on the HP, it did seem very weird since I was using the Trackman Marble Plus, or let's see, yeah, Trackman Marble Plus mouse by Logitech, and that was extremely sensitive. Yet the track point is fairly sluggish, so wow, that's loud. Okay. It's not shutting down. Hmm. We'll hard shut down. And insert the hard drive into the original hard drive into the machine. Slides in. Interestingly, that it works on the oldest or the older two machines, but not the newest. Or at least I believe the Classmate is the newest. I think it is. I don't know. Oops. That wasn't good for the battery on the ThinkPad. Alright, so peel off the tape. We don't need it anymore. So we know that it still works. The question is, why doesn't it in this machine? We will find the answer to. Now, I didn't install the keyboard. We have fan spin. We have power. And then we have display. Huh. That's weird. Maybe my motherboard is going bad. Power that off. Now, I forget if this... No, it should have a CMOS battery. I'll power it back on again. That might explain some things. Plug in my USB keyboard, and I scattered my screws. It up. 2010. Oh god. That might explain some things because I did not have it set up to display the logo when booting. I wanted it to display the actual Phoenix Secure Core text and stuff from the BIOS. So this is an odd turn of events. Well, that's okay, because I believe this machine is dying as it is. It's not a very good piece of hardware, and it's definitely cheap in terms of, well, construction and design, in all reality. I mean, yeah, it is somewhat rugged, but it's definitely not the greatest. And I've had issues with the fan in the past. So the last time I used it, the fan was making quite a bit of noise. And its fan was dusted recently, so it should have been fine. The system was overheating really quickly, so I replaced the thermal grease, and I don't think that went over too well. So I don't know what else to say for it. It's going bad. So much for potentially using it as an ass. But, or, yeah, network attached storage device. Actually, we'll power it on once more with the hard drive in. Let's see, delete. Yeah, I think my CMOS battery might be dead. Or the machine's going bad. Either or. Because I've actually been keeping the battery out of it when storing the machine because it's draining the laptop battery itself and it's running it flat when it's turned off. So I don't think that's quite a good thing. Oh wow. Sucks to see that this happened. Well, and I will sign off now. Goodbye.